We
Rosa
took
not do
ourselves
that.
home a new
Alright.
happy tea.
Minerva podcast episode 66. I didn't hear a response on it.
66.
Are we supposed to not have a camera from you?
Yeah, not yet, because I forgot that it was podcast, and I'm still currently a Yeti.
She hasn't put on her face.
Yeah, I look like a peeled potato. So.
Was specifically one from the Himalayas that attacks Sherpas and other mountaineers that try and traverse the mountain landscape.
I had a social
The
studies
Yeti.
teacher that swore that it was the Himalayas.
The Himalayas.
So few kids in the class were even gonna try.
Like, they're probably the authority on this matter.
So many kids in the class just fought that she eventually gave up.
It's yeah.
Or
It's just a
like-
matter of emphasis.
You got a bunch of high schoolers who don't care that grew up on Himalayas. You can't just suddenly call it Himalayas and expect all of us to be on board now, okay?
No one's ever going to be on board. It's the Himalayas. That's it. None of them.
And you know what? I never looked it up because that's just how little I cared. Like I don't know how to pronounce the name of those mountains, and I'm
Some people really care about how things are pronounced. I mean, sometimes it's important, but yeah, I don't
like
know.
we're not.
When I was growing up, I like, even as like a young kid learning how to speak, I like really had to emphasize my words because my parents were very critical of me mispronouncing things. And yeah, that's, I don't know. It's weird how the long-term effects of that kind of played out because I don't
So what
like
he's trying
doing
to say
public speaking.
is that it gave him a complex.
Yeah, some sort of complex, I guess. Did it? I don't know.
It's okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's. I don't know. It's a good mental check to try to get things accurate.
Yeah,
And like we were
But-
definitely being like, ugh. I don't want to use buzzwords so early in the show, but you know, we were definitely being like ignorant, shitty kids. But whatever. It's the name of some mountains. We just didn't care. We're all sleep deprived, ornery high schoolers. So
yeah.
we
It's
won the
probably like a
battle
first
in
period class. So
calling
Don't think
it
any of you are
Himalaya.
climbing the Himalayas anytime soon, so it didn't matter.
Right? Yeah. It's not like it was.
Not us, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it just didn't matter to us.
No shits were given, like
Yeah.
literally.
yeah.
Zero.
So, to
Fair
this, you know what? I want to look it up now. How to pronounce Himalaya or Himalaya? How to
Himalaya.
pronounce? Here we go.
It's also not Yeti. It's Bumble. If,
Oh,
you know,
Google says Himalayas.
Himalayas.
Mm,
Himalayas.
if the old Rudolph the Reindeer claymation thing is to be
Oh.
believed.
yeah.
American
you know, it's a
pronunciation. There's a
Bumble.
British pronunciation.
Himalayas.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a little bit of
Himalayas.
aluminium.
Himalayas.
still
that's-
Himalayas.
the
Well,
locals
Himalaya-
call it Himalayas.
Aluminium is still technically a word. It's just there's two different words for
Shush.
the
Shush
same
it.
thing.
No, shut.
Yeah, so the locals call it, Northern Indians and Nepalese will call it Himalaya. 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 It's the one at
Going to the mall?
Himalaya.
can't go to the
Himalaya,
mall.
but they
I have
don't
to work
pronounce the
later.
S.
Himalaya.
And this is where like it's a
yes.
good practice, I tell you, to pronounce things right. But at the same time, it's one of those, if we all understand each other at a certain point, is the
Yeah.
fight worth it here?
The purpose of language is to understand each other. So if you got that down, you're good.
Yeah. Like if I met someone who was from that region of the world and they were really critical, sure. But a teacher trying to reprogram a bunch of kids is just not going to win that
Yeah.
battle.
It's a weird hill to die on.
Yeah.
figuratively.
A
A
And-
mountain
teacher
range
in
to die on.
fucking Minnesota.
Big
Like, come
hill.
on.
yeah.
Huge hill.
If I was going to visit and
Lots
wanted
of
to be
hills.
respectful, okay. All right, maybe I'll try to nail it, but I don't even
Yeah.
think locals would care cuz, you know, I'm an ignorant American. The rest of the universe hates us anyway, so,
Right.
you know. That's what I've been learning online recently, but, you know.
Just
been-
recently?
Raul has-
That's recent to you?
Raul has pointed it out. I forgot to mention it. Also, yeah, we got a hers cut. So
A hers cut. Very fancy. That looks sharp.
No,
whole
it's
thing.
almost facetious calling it recently because it's the internet bias, you know? It's like, for the most part, I think most people in the world just have pretty neutral opinions about each other, I think. But, you know, you get the comment sections of critical of American people, and it's like, oh, suddenly all of Europe hates us. Every hate comment has 1,000 upvotes, and it's like, you can really get a perspective really fast reading the right comments on YouTube.
In the
But
meme section of the Discord earlier today, there was a thing about, this server just doesn't like British people, does it? And I was like,
yeah.
I can think of a few British people I'd like to hold against me.
Oh my. Oh my.
Ow.
What?
It said something about have something against British people, and I thought
See,
it was
that's the
really
other thing
stupid and
too.
funny.
That's perspective. We have literally 2 or 3 people who post like a lot of anti-British memes, and we just
And they're
don't do
memes.
anything about it.
They don't mean anything about it.
Yeah,
by
we
it at all.
literally have
Yeah.
3 or less people who, ironically, I should add, post anti-British memes. But from the
And they're so
perspective of
stupid.
it, you know, that's a big chunk of the meme channel. It's like, wow, Minerva's anti-British. It's like, you are way off base. You are.
Considering Iron's so high up on that list of people, you know, I don't think we're anti-British at all.
So I'm part of a Discord, right? And in this Discord, they have different text channels for like the different countries you're part
You've
of.
been having other discords.
Yeah,
It's for
Jackie.
Bitcoin
very-
or buying graphics cards, right?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so I was just talking to these guys, and they just start fucking roasting Americans, right? Like, just roasting them. And I'm sitting there just laughing my ass off. And I just pop into the American group chat. And I'm like, hey, there's a bunch of Canadian fools roasting you guys over here. And the next thing I know, like, a fucking couple
Bling,
hundred
bling, bling,
Americans
bling,
bum
bling,
rushed this
bling.
Canadian group chat and just fucking destroyed them. And it was amazing to watch.
Yeah,
do
well,
you
because
destroy someone
Canada
like
doesn't
that?
really exist, so it doesn't matter what they say anyway.
Like, that's what I get. This is why I don't argue online. It's like, destroy them. Like, how? How do you win that argument?
I just
Americans
insult
suck.
them
No,
so
they
well
don't.
they have no response.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Insult them so well they can't respond. Like, hit
Ah,
them with an insult
yes,
so
that-
bad.
Well, you're not
Okay.
changing their mind, is
That's
the
what I
thing.
think. They're like, ah, yes, we've progressed.
Ah,
No, I
So,
made the one mistake. I really don't argue with people online, but I finally commented on a video recently,
Oh,
an
no.
unpopular opinion, and then I
no.
reminded myself swiftly why I don't comment. Because best case scenario, you actually change the mind of the random person you're arguing with that you'll never talk to again. Worst
you don't
case
care
scenario,
about.
and the 99% likely one, everybody gets upset, and now what have you gained? Like, it just gets nowhere. It just gets nowhere. It's why I don't tweet at people. Very rarely will I ever weigh in. It's just not worth it. You know, I was watching Daniel Bothers. He likes a lot of stuff, and it shows it on my timeline because he liked it, because, you know, that should be worth a retweet, apparently. I get annoyed when I see who people like. I don't give a shit. But it brought me
I
to
like
the...
seeing what people like. It's kind of fun. But I don't
Rarely
really
do
use
I
it
care,
that
but-
much.
I wish I could turn it off. You know, retweets are how he puts it on my timeline. I don't care what he liked. But anyway, that's a whole rabbit hole itself. It brought me to the Linus Media Group. It was Linus Tech Tips, his account. He was tweeting about it and how it was like a couple of people died in a helicopter crash, but all the headlines were about the billionaire who died and his pilot, who was never named anywhere. And Linus was critical about them doing that, and they're like, you know, can we stop doing this and like name the people who died? And then somebody commented, well, don't you guys do that too? And I specifically remember when they did their 240 hertz video, how it was testing, does 240 hertz monitors really matter with Shroud and others? And it was like, you know, 5 or 6 other people. And I was like, that's a pretty good point. I'll gain nothing by tweeting that, but kind of the same idea of not acknowledging everybody who was involved just because there was one big name.
Yeah.
Now in the situation where somebody
it's kind of hypocritical to say that, but I mean, also on top of that fact, no one's gonna read an article. I mean, they might, but I mean, no one's like, it's not gonna get the number of clicks that they want if someone just reads
what
an
I got.
article about a pilot
looks bad,
crashing a helicopter.
and it's some
They'll
easy
read
Twitter
about
points. He got a
yeah.
lot of positive feedback because it's Twitter. Everybody's got strong opinions in one way apparently, but
Oh, and they're all so nice there.
oh yes, Twitter people are very friendly. You know, it's funny how everybody on Twitter cares about humanity to the fullest extent, yet they argue and yell at each other constantly. I don't get it. I don't understand it, frankly.
I don't
But-
use Twitter, so.
My point is the same thing that Chriselle said. We're like, they're not... The whole article wasn't for the respect of the dead. They were reporting on a billionaire's death. That's all they cared about. Yeah, and pilot. I don't know who Kobe's pilot was. All I know personally is Kobe died. I don't actually know much more about that helicopter crash either.
I don't even know who else was in the helicopter at all.
I think it was 3 people.
I don't know that there was a
Again,
pilot.
I don't even know.
He could have been flying the thing for all I know.
It was Kobe, a pilot, his daughter, his daughter's teammate, and I think her father, because they were going to his daughter's basketball practice.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Because of LA traffic, he always took the helicopter so that he could spend more time with his children.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And that's where, like, in the thing that Linus was mad about, to me it was like, well, the relevant people in that pilot's life know that he died. I don't think the world needs that. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion either way. I just
Well, it's like you just said you didn't know who else was in the helicopter, but I knew, and it's because I took the time to look. So if people want to know, they'll take the time to look. So you don't need to criticize the outlets that aren't reporting on it. If no one was reporting on it, sure, criticize that, but other outlets will.
And the example of the thing Linus posted about, even on the Wikipedia page, you couldn't find the name of the pilot anywhere. But
really,
this is all secondhand knowledge anyway. I didn't really double check anything I read because it was some helicopter crash involving, I didn't even know the billionaire. So I'm like, this is just, again, this is a tweet about an article about people I don't know about. And I only saw this tweet from an account that I'm not following because somebody that I only follow for the loose meme, sorry Daniel, liked it, and Twitter decided that I apparently, like, I am like 3 times removed from this scenario. So
that sounds like 5 times removed.
Yeah, 5 times
Maybe
removed.
Maybe the solution is just unfollow Daniel.
No,
that's where I was at with it.
It's like 65% of the things he puts on my timeline are worth reading. The other 40% are political or not funny. And
that doesn't check out.
What do you mean?
65 and 40.
Oh, shut up.
That's not Math Beast. That's
35, 40. I wanted to save some breath, but here I am wasting it explaining
it to you.
That's
still fucking 35 and 40 still isn't fucking check out, Beast.
35 plus 65. Go for it, Jeff. I'll give you a second.
Sounds like a fun time.
There we go. 35 and 65.
That's what I
figured out how to do math.
Which Daniel is this?
Dabiel.
Dabiel. Okay. Is he watching right now?
I don't know.
Probably doubtful.
Maybe. I don't know. Does he look podcast? Let me check. Chat's really quiet today. Like, I see the viewers, but they're not talking as much. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what. Usually, even though we don't respond to everything in chat, people are a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe everybody's quiet today. I don't get it.
So I was a little wary about whether or not I was even going to be able to make it today for the podcast, or even if there was a point in me being here for the podcast, because my boss scheduled me for today at 4 o'clock. It is currently, a little after 3. So I would have to leave in the next, 40 minutes to be at work.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I'm supposed to be working today with one of the guys, Maddie, that I've been working with regularly. And I talked to him about it, and I said, hey, I'm scheduled from 4 till 8. Can I shift that till 5 to 9? And would that be a problem? And he was just like, I don't give a shit. So I'm going to show up after the podcast. He was like, you're probably going to be, 10 minutes after 5 or something? I'm not worried about it. It's fine. So I was like, oh, cool. So I don't have to, rush out the door.
Oh, cool.
To
you
be
can actually
there
even
at
finish
5.
the show, too.
Kind of,
Solid.
yeah. So,
good.
Yeah, I thankful for him being as cool as he is about it. He was like, well, it's going to be me and Mauricio and you, so me and Mauricio can handle it, no problem. So don't worry about it. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, where's Donna? Well, she's decided that she'd rather come correct than come at all. So, I mean, I disagree. I'd rather just see her, but phrasing. I'd rather just see her, but no, she needs to get all. She needs to get all dolled up before she turns the camera on.
We're gonna do that whole thing where we talk.
I mean, I washed my face before I got here. I didn't do well, but I did. So.
I haven't.
You're pretty without makeup, Donna.
I've been getting more into Archer. What?
It's a fun show.
It is.
The fucking later seasons are awful.
What was that?
The later seasons of Archer are awful. Although
I haven't seen all of them. I've seen Archer. I think what is it, Vice? But that's it.
Me too. Well, I've tried getting back into it.
It goes kind of off the rails. It goes into all these separate realities where you have all the same actors and stuff, and the same names, but different characters that they play essentially. And it kind of just becomes like, what? Why? And a lot of it is because Archer is in a coma, and this is all his dream state. This is all the weird things he's dreaming is happening amongst his group of friends while he's in this coma.
Although I am hearing that
he went into the coma at the beginning of Vice.
Oh, so they do explain that?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of season 7, I believe he goes into the coma. But I have been hearing rumors that he is coming out of the coma on season 11. Or maybe at the end of season 11. Even if that's
a long-running gag of him being in a coma, it's still... Yeah. No, that's a lot of seasons for one joke.
It was only 3 or 4. It was only like 3 or 4 seasons. Really, they're all like dream state.
I think only like 30% of the show.
Well, it was difficult to keep up the storyline of these people all work in the same office at a spy agency. Exactly, this is what they do in their office.
The office figured it out.
Yeah, up until that last couple seasons that everybody fucking hated, apparently.
Whoa, hey, see, that's the internet bias I mentioned at the beginning. Everybody hated, apparently. Plenty of us loved those last 2 seasons.
Okay, plenty of people loved the Archer seasons that
we're just not blaring about it.
I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what happened. A lot of people claim The Office died when Michael left, and I'm like, no.
Plenty of good stuff happened after Michael left.
Plenty of good stuff happened. I personally never even flinched. That was one of those internet opinions where I had to read it later and was like, what? You guys weren't okay with it? Michael left, kind of sad, but I thought they recovered nicely. Had a little hiccup with oh god, what was his name? I should know him. Will Ferrell, was that him? For literally 2 episodes where he was the new manager, then broke his neck trying to be Michael Jordan, and then switched to James Spader.
Yeah, anyway. James Spader.
I totally I recognize him. I was watching Age of Ultron, and as soon as I heard Ultron's voice, I was like, "Whoa, yep, that's Reddington." He really enjoys playing the God characters, huh? He pulls it off so well.
There's plenty of good stuff that came out of the Archer seasons of him being in a coma, though. If that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have Crackers the Parrot.
God. The what?
I don't know who Crackers the Parrot is, but
it was my profile picture for a long time.
I'm sorry I didn't recognize that. I recognize Krieger, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's the same.
I'll get around to
Crackers is Krieger in Danger Island season.
I'll try to watch it.
Sounds like spoilers, but I'll stick around.
I think when I
Danger
quit
Island
long ago, like I finished season 7, but I think at the time that was the last season. So I just, ran out of episodes and then just never cared to pick up. And this is where I've been. So I got a lot to catch up on. And God, there are some moments in Archer where it's really like situational humor. It's a lot like Community in the way that Community doesn't really have that many jokes in the show. But fuck, if you just follow the episode, they set up some ridiculous scenario. It's fantastic in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And Archer's very similar, like, damn it, Archer isn't exactly a joke. But if you realize that he just shot him on accident and didn't give a fuck that he shot him, he shoots him and then blames him for getting shot.
Danny got shot in like 6 different episodes at different times in different accidental ways. Yes. A couple of them just being Archer just shot him. But,
the motherfucker gets shot in the head. The character is dead, and Archer's like, well, at least he died doing what he loves, getting shot.
There was one where Archer shot a door on a different floor of the building, and it bounced off of like the door to the handrail to the fire extinguisher to the other handrail and up the stairwell to hit him. Hi, Woza.
I knocked everyone out of order. Sorry.
He's okay.
That's okay.
I love how he's like shot on the floor bleeding, and Archer is far more concerned about tracing the bullet than finding the body. It's like, stay there.
This might be a world record or something.
No, it's again, like, I watched a compilation of them all. That's why I even brought it up too. And one of the funniest things, I rewound it like 3 times, was everybody talking about how I think, oh god, I can't remember his name. The other guy.
Cyril?
Cyril? Yeah. I don't want to
get
he and Lana, one of them shot him, and Archer was just chuckling to himself, not even talking to him. He's like, he got shot again. He's like literally just laughing to himself. It's like Archer is such a fucking asshole, and I love him as a character. Love it. Such a dick. Just shamelessly.
One of the big running gags for like the extent of the entire show is that Archer is a super intelligent guy about some of the dumbest shit nobody needs to know. And like he'll recall some writer's name about something that was written in the 8th century or some shit. You know, and everybody's like, what the fuck does it? Why do you know that? And he's like, Jesus, read a coffee table book sometime. And it's like, what?
And he always like knows the count of bullets for some reason.
Situational awareness. Funny. You need that.
I think
you're gonna be the best spy.
Remember, this was a long time ago, but all I remember was him answering the phone like hello, but it was the tinnitus.
Is someone gonna pick that up?
Not ringing, is it?
Again, not a joke, but it's just fucking hilarious. Yep. Aura, what? I'm going to Pokemon info right
going mop.
Meteor Mash Metagross, Beldum Day is coming back. Oh, it's an incense day.
Uh-oh.
Sunday, March 14th. Oh. God damn. Pokemon, they just never skip a beat. Every time there's an event, give it a day or two, and they're just right back on the horse. Like, holy shit. Little stuff all over the place. Love it. Man, that game keeps me busy. Yeah, I've been exhausted recently. Today I got a snow day I talked about, cause
you got snow?
No, but I just what I call it. You know when you wake up for something and then it gets rescheduled so you get to sleep in. But I didn't actually get back to sleep. So that was good. The laser hair was supposed to be before the podcast again, but that got mixed up. I switched locations, but apparently they never switched, so now it's tomorrow. So I was like, all right, well, now I'm just up.
Back to sleep. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot my morning. Fuck yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the last few days, I knew we were going to be, like, hell weekend for a while. Because I had Friday, where Sig and I went to the mall, and I had to wake up early for that, just so I could fix my sleep. Because Saturday was Pokemon event day, where I, again, woke up early. Then it's 6 hours of playtime, where I didn't sleep well enough, so my legs hurt from the day before as well. So that was a long day, even though it was still the same 6 hours.
Yeah.
Then, of course, had to rush home, because 6 o'clock, event ends at 5, is my video. And then... Again, the next day after would be Sunday. That's a stream day. Event shop was meant to reset, but then didn't. It didn't on Saturday. And then today, of course, is podcast day, plus the appointment. So I'm like, I chained like 4 or 5 days together where I have not slept very well. But
wow, you're a busy boy.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just getting it done. But I'm.
Can I real quick? I want to address what said in the chat there. It says, why does Jaffe look like a cropped picture of a dog sitting on a man's shoulder who is wearing a safety vest and a surgical mask? I don't think we need to judge people on how they look.
Well, we've either got the weird pug picture or his profile picture. What would you like? What would you prefer?
Sent you a picture of me holding. You got lots of meat with dogs.
Yeah,
I do have that picture you sent me, Jaffe, that we could put up there.
I just left it.
The one really nice picture of you leaning against the building.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
That one's just
like
you.
A high school senior
I think the
picture.
one with the pug dog is funny.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's my casuals, I think.
Jesus, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was browsing Daniel's Twitter. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, right. Just a bunch of memes with some random politics mixed in. He seems to follow American politics more than his own, and that
well, I mean, what's more interesting, American politics or those other places?
Although,
who cares about those other places?
Radical Twitter switched to Britain. Oh, it's already gone. But it was something like dismantle the monarchy or something.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I've seen hella memes about it. Oprah did an interview with Meghan Markle, who is married to Prince Harry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
she's the love interest on the show Suits.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, my wife told me about this afternoon, so I want to feel included.
Suits, very good show.
There was an interview with Oprah last night, and Meghan was very like poised and like politely talking about how the royal family treated her like shit. But she wasn't like naming names or anything. And then Harry in the second half joined the interview, and he was dropping names like he was Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Throwing people under the bus left and right.
Yes, he was basically like, my brother and his wife are a bunch of cunts. Like, I am living for the memes.
My wife was showing me like all these tweets about various stuff, and the whole time I was like, huh, well, it's just a total surprise to me that a monarchy would uphold such archaic views on the world.
Right.
But
yes, a totally not outdated system of government. Isn't the monarchy essentially just like figureheads at this point?
At this point, yes.
But they're still the largest landowners. They still technically own the land. Yeah, it's terrible.
You cannot kill a goose in the king's forest.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
So it's honestly like a drama. Every time I've ever heard about royal family, it's always like
all it is.
The wedding was a big deal. You know, even The Office made the comment about it. Or how many weddings?
That was actually brought up in the interview. I only watched like the first couple minutes of it. But they actually got married 3 days before the big wedding because they didn't want their marriage to be about that big event. So they were like, no. So they called the archbishop over to their house and they got married in the backyard. Just kind of as like a subtle fuck you to the monarchy.
Your big pomp and circumstance? Yeah, we don't need it. It's okay.
No, I kind of love it. I'm kind of here for it. I'm not here for how terrible they were to her. They apparently, before her son was born, were concerned with what his skin tone was going to be. Because if you didn't know, Meghan Markle, she's black. She's very light-skinned, but she is black. She is. That's what I said. She is mixed, but she's
half
black.
Of what you said.
You know?
Yeah, she has darker skin. I'm with you. Know. I've seen
Is that the word that Archer uses? Mulatto?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Mulatto? Is that?
Yeah, Archer had
repeat that word.
Archer had a ringtone on Archer for the longest time because him and Lana were in a relationship, and the ringtone played the song "Mulatto Butts." It was hilarious.
Oh my God!
I don't know. This.
It's kind of a derogatory term for the mix of black and white races.
Kinda.
Yeah, just.
It doesn't even show up anything when I Google it.
It's
probably blocked.
Are you spelling it right?
Spelled wrong.
I'm just going off of Panda. M-I-L-A-N-O?
No, that's wrong. But that's okay.
There.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, with a D. Urban Dictionary. A person who is half white and black.
Yeah, but like we said, it's used more derogatory, so.
Well, we're normalizing it.
Well, I'm using it as a word that exists and is apparently Archer's ringtone.
Yeah, that was what was, and Lana every time looked at him like, seriously, you know.
Oh my.
Yeah, I know, like, especially since I'm an American and I've read comments on the internet, I know how easy it is to scoff at another nation when you have no idea what's going on, because that's most of the internet. Most of you aren't Americans, apparently. But it is easy for me to scoff at the idea that, like, you're just arbitrarily bringing someone into power because they're your son. That's okay. That doesn't make them a good leader by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, no. They don't have to be a good leader. They have divine authority to be there in that spot. Who are you to question their divine authority?
I think the older I've gotten, the more I've realized, like, you're flesh and blood like me. What the fuck? Why are you in a chair so big? Why are you in a throne? What the hell? You were born into it. You didn't earn anything. I just like the crazy examples where it doesn't quite work out like the traditional family, where the father dies early and now you've got a 10-year-old at the throne. I'm like, oh God, your nation's ran by a child. But
no, it's not ran by the child. It's ran by the people that are telling the child what to do.
Yeah, right. He's actually read by the
advisors.
His counselors. Yeah, advisors is what I was looking for. And it's so silly. It's like Game of Thrones. Like, so much of that was just dealing with the young Joffrey And it's like, if you had somebody who was, elected and aware of what the hell the world was like, maybe you'd be in a better situation.
Yeah.
But as we saw in Game of Thrones, it wasn't ran by Joffrey. Everybody else was just pulling his strings and mostly doing whatever they wanted.
Yeah, he would pitch a big old fit every now and then, and they'd be like, and then do what they were going to do anyway. Just, make it seem like they did what he wanted.
Yeah. And I mean, even the people that, like, the person that killed him, that was her exerting her own authority over him. But that was pretty bad.
Tell Cersei, I wanted to know it was me.
Raul was making a good point in the chat there, that they are trained in certain things that they need to run a country too. At least it's supposed to be what has happened is that they're taught properly, but that doesn't mean that is what happened.
But yeah, they don't have authority to do that.
Even then, I'd argue anybody can be raised properly like that. Why does it need to be the blood of the monarch? I just, it's a pretty outdated system.
Because they have the lands and they have the army and the church that gives them authority to do that. And they decided the royal family.
The church that they
I know it doesn't mean anything to you, but a long time ago someone decided
well, I know the person in power is going to stay in power. I just say, like, logistically, that's not necessarily
Right. Well, see, the thing about that
is, a lot of sense, and guillotines aren't hard to make.
I was gonna say, if you'd have said that back then, when the monarchy was really in place, doing the thing, being the main thing for the world,
I'd be dead.
They just killed you for saying it.
Yeah, you heretic. Jeez.
That's why it's an outdated system. Like, it's just goofy.
I would have been okay talking shit about the Church of England because I'm Catholic. Just catch me in Rome, all right? Rome would have been like, yeah, fuck those English pricks.
Oh, Tom Joe's here. Tom Joe, don't go anywhere. I want you to be here for the part where I talk about my Alexa thing.
Well, why not now?
Yeah.
Why not now? Okay. So my dad sent me that Amazon Echo, right? The like first gen. It's the big stupid one. I opened it last week on the podcast. If anybody saw it, it's one of the tall ones, the first gen.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you did, Beast.
Anyway.
I did
not. I have connected it, but I cannot connect it directly to my computer because I don't have a Bluetooth card in my computer, which is I'm going to remedy that situation. But I have connected it to my phone, and I do have it connected to my Amazon account and everything. But I found out that I don't have to call it Alexa. It has like 4 different options. You can call it Amazon, you can call it Alexa, you can call it Echo, and you can call it computer, right? And I of course chose the Star Trek one, so I'm calling it computer. But no, there are 4 options. I just said that.
Can you call it babe? No.
I just said it.
But I can tell it to play bridge sounds, and it'll make all the little beeps and boops of the Star Trek Enterprise. And I can tell it to fire phasers, and it makes the sound of the phasers firing and stuff like that.
That's cute.
It's amazing.
We wanted to call it hey idiot or something like that.
Yeah. I did find out pretty quickly that I can tell it to shut up, and it does shut up when I tell it to. I can tell it to play music, and it'll play my playlist of stuff that I have already stored on Amazon anyway, which is really nice. I can just tell it to play 90s punk rock, and it'll do that. And I thought that was really cool. I'm going to set it up so that I can tell it to turn on my TV and turn on Netflix and stuff, because I have a smart TV and I can teach it that.
Okay.
I'm going to set it up the same kind of way as what I've got some of the buttons on the Stream Deck set up. I can tell it something like whatever I want, like, hey, stream time, and it will set up all my windows on my screens in the places I want them to be, and open the proper programs for me to be able to stream, and possibly even turn on and set lights up, that I have in positions to come on and be at the right light levels and stuff. There's a lot of options available.
Just keep it above 7, of course.
What do you mean above 7?
I don't understand.
To keep the scary monsters away.
Oh, light level. Gotcha.
Oh my fucking god, Beast.
Minecraft reference.
No, with my strips, it's literally like a redstone torch around the top of my ceiling. Like it's not very bright in here.
Thankfully, you live on half slabs, so you're okay.
I'm good. I have a moat. We're okay.
You can tell looking at his bed. It's hovering above the floor.
Well,
no, I've actually slept with my lights on a lot, where it's so dim. It's like a night light, but it's, I did find where the mouse was getting in, or my dad did at least. And, you guys don't know. I've commented on stream. There was like 100% mice in my wall, but they weren't in the garage. They weren't in my room. They weren't scratching through my wall, but I could hear them. They were definitely there.
They were not in the house so much as they were accessing a little portion of the house in the wall from the outside.
My dad showed me, but he totally did all the investigation, found a little mound of fuzz right under the panel, and he went up, looked underneath, and they were just climbing up under the side panels and are now making a nest or something in my room. And if we didn't have enough proof already, we found a dead mouse on the walk to it. We're like, oh, here's one of them. So he must have frozen over or something. I don't know. Don't care. And
so they were just getting into the exterior wall. They weren't actually accessing any of the house.
Which is the best case scenario, obviously.
Yeah.
They're not in the house
we
at
had
all.
squirrels in our attic, which wasn't fun. They would tear through that thing all times of day.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Back in North Carolina, every time we would get a really heavy rain, we would get a mouse. Because our house backed up to the tree line. So every time there was a really big rain where And the last time that happened before we moved, we laid down sticky traps, right? And I woke up this morning to Clark being like, there's a mouse. And I thought maybe he just saw it run by. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I get up and it had got stuck on the one from the bathroom. It's just backside had gotten stuck. And it was fucking trying to crawl with just it was so gross.
Yeah.
And so I put a Tupperware and a bottle of water on top of it so he couldn't move. And I called housing and I was like, you guys have got to come get this. And they were like, normally our residents just toss it out themselves. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
Who's paying the rent here?
Right. We had a mouse at our workplace once. Well, we've had quite a few just because we work in the middle of nowhere, so there's bound to be lots of wildlife. And I remember me and my one coworker Caitlin, we saw this mouse. We're like, oh, a mouse, how neat. We have company. We're not bored anymore, we're down. We don't care about mice. And we told our supervisor about it, and our supervisor just goes apeshit. He grabs a fucking shovel. He's running around the fucking the entire workspace trying to decapitate this fucking mouse with this shovel. And he literally ran around for 2 hours trying to get this fucking mouse. And it was probably the funniest thing ever, because he's
justify your job somehow. So.
Yeah,
Middle management there.
He's a very tall individual. He's probably 6'6", and he's a little bit larger. So watching him run around trying to fucking chase this mouse with a flathead shovel. And he's fucking
a refrigerator of a man chasing the tiny little
exactly. And it would go under a cooler. He'd grab this cooler and just fucking throw it out of the way and be trying to kill this fucking mouse. And it was just the funniest thing I've ever seen.
To kill the mouse?
No, and the fucking where we were working was open. There were two big swinging doors to the outside. It was just there was a roof over between two trailers.
It's not a contamination issue or anything.
No, there was just a mouse, and he just didn't want it to be there.
He just didn't want. That's kind of how I feel.
I mean,
the mouse in the wall. I guess scratching at the wall is a bad thing structurally, but largely they're not really harming. I just don't want them there. We just want it gone. I don't want it.
Yeah. And I mean, there is a valid reason to not want them there, is because they'll have more mice, and those mice will find your food. They'll find it quick.
Beyond that, also, they are urinating and shitting in the wall, which leads to, mold growth. Mold growth leads to damaging the house and the wall even further, and possible respiratory issues if that mold gets into the air and you have to breathe that in.
That's more of a reason
there are a number
to...
of issues with vermin.
Yeah.
That's more of a reason to hire a professional to take care of it, because maybe they can clean some of that out. Not sure if they will, but
we had some mice that were in our garage like a while ago, and I made like this flower wall for my wedding, for my wife, and like decorated it with lights and all that stuff. It was very fancy. And so the mice were using that as bedding. So when I actually found the little mouse nest, it had a bunch of little fake flowers in it, and it looked like the cutest little mouse nest. And I felt bad removing it, but there were no mice that were in there or dead in there. So I only saw the cute little mouse home that they made for themselves, and I mean, it could go in a Better Homes and Gardens.
I was thinking about what that was about the rain. And I think for us, it was the winter. Like, it was right around the start of the cold that I started hearing stuff. Like, clearly they burrowed in. And they actually got more active when it warmed up. Like, I'm hearing the whole mating cycle now. Like, I'm not hearing the process, but there are definitely more at a certain point. I heard more. Like, clearly they had multiplied over the last little while. And I was like, what the fuck? And so... yeah, and somebody said that my cat should get fired. Well, like I said, they burrowed in from the outside and have only stayed in that portion of the wall. The cat doesn't actually leave the house much, so in fairness to my cat, I don't know when he would have had a chance. So, and like I told my dad, actually, he wanted to put traps somewhere in the basement, and I'm like, honestly, if there were mice in the basement, I or the cat would have found them by now. I know how my cat gets with a mouse. And
I don't want my cats to catch mice because they get diseases from those mice, and I want my cats to just be the cute, fluffy things they are, and not hunters.
That being what it is, if there was a mouse, cat would have seen it a lot longer than I would have. He would have. I once watched my cat just play with a mouse once. I don't know. It was almost a morbid thing, but there was a cat. The mouse was just running around the living room, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch this one play out. And I think the mouse had like successfully gotten away enough times, but then it just stops, and the cat is 100% playing with that mouse. Like, it's just terrible how he just...
well, the mouse is worn out, that's why it stopped.
He was not. No, that mouse
was not?
It was skipping around all over, and I'm like, you have had every opportunity to get away. I'm just gonna watch this play out. Then at a certain point my cat had enough, and then suddenly the mouse was swallowed. I'm like, oh, it's done now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it's over.
They're relegated to hunting bugs is what they mostly do. They're not very good at it either, so they do their best.
I've got some stories about mice and everything, but based on the face Rose is already making and my knowledge of every other story I've had that Beast has heard, he doesn't want to hear them either.
I agree.
So I'll withhold those. But I do have stories about mice that are much more graphic and
so if anybody wants some graphic stories about mice, feel free to join our Discord at Sig. He'll fill you in.
The main purpose of the Discord actually.
Catch me on my own stream sometime and ask me about it.
Or that, catch him on stream. He'll tell you all the stories about mice.
I don't care.
I'm more or less just
tell you on my stream.
I just love, I don't know, I like the cat. I like cats in the general. Like, he would sniff or hear that thing long before me. Like, it's weird how humans are where we are, yet we're like totally outclassed by some pretty basic animals in some really simple ways. I get it.
I don't see any mice and
I get that you can see, smell, and hear way better than me, but you got one of these? Huh?
You know what I have? Object permanence.
You see what I'm doing? Try and do this, cat. Yeah, try holding one of these. Good luck.
You know where you guys are? You guys are behind my hands. I know that because object permanence.
Opinions on Tom and Jerry. Very entertaining as a child. That's all I got.
Nope.
It was very fun as a kid.
They were the best of friends.
I have an interesting side story. I learned that apparently... So I sweat a lot. Now, before I get into that and before you start making things up with your nose, I am very clean. I do not stink. I wear lots of deodorant. So as sanitary as I can be, it's just essentially dripping, like a lot.
Yeah.
And so I shaved my armpits because apparently that's really good for that. Like, friction and insulation are two things and I haven't, not a drop. Usually by this time in the show, I'd be dripping. not a drop. And it's like, whoa. I even have the space heater on. Yeah, you see, Sig? And it's like nothing. Like I'm smooth now.
Like literal fur. If you have a chunk of fur, it's gonna cause more
I had
heat.
just never considered it, frankly, and I never thought it would be so significant. But oh my god, like, and it's clean too, which is just better. I mean, who wants hair there? I don't. Apparently, people do. Apparently, people like genuinely prefer it. This was news to me. I brought it up to the people at the laser hair clinic, and they're like, no, you'd be surprised. Some people just want it. Like, they're not just lazy. They actually want to keep it. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. I wouldn't have guessed that, but they're the experts. I mean, they talk to more people than I do.
When you're fighting off the frostbite in your armpits, you'll miss it.
You see, Beast, I live in Canada, so I need all the hair I can get.
I live in... Fuck you. I just had negative 27. Think I don't know what cold is?
You just had plus 27 or minus 27?
Minus.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's pretty similar.
That no, it's like
you don't know what the cold is
today,
until you've been to
I
my
got a new
specific
bathing
spot.
suit.
Ooh. Yeah, it is like 60 degrees out right now, 59 degrees here, which is
it's walking weather right now.
It is very nice outside.
Yeah.
Open the windows in the house for the first time in a couple of weeks at least, and aired out the room and everything. That was very nice to be able to do.
Right now,
open the window,
seeing
put a fan in the window.
Brown grass yet to bounce back, and a fast-flowing river because of all the snow. 1 week prior, that river was frozen over with snow over everything.
Nice.
And so that turned around quick. That did not skip a beat. And
also, according to the weather, it's supposed to rain a lot here in the next week or so.
Beast got the trip. I don't know. I just felt like I was sweating like way more than anyone should be, and I was blown away already by the results. I just didn't think it'd make such a difference. I don't know. But
speaking of drip, that damned meme.
I hate that
word. I'm thankful that it had died off for as much as it has, at least.
What meme? Did I miss a meme?
God, I hope so.
So unlike me.
But it's been apparently more replaced by the Among Us memes in our meme channel. And
I don't get those.
Really disappointed with those.
The little
white.
No, I get like the little Among Us dude, but I don't get the meme.
So many of them have been like super loud, very bassy, and just distorted music.
Oh.
And I'm just like, what about that is funny? It's just there's no funny there. I don't understand why that's meme.
Apparently a red square with a white oval was the red sus character, and that became a whole thing. I'm like, why? I just didn't get that one. It makes me disappointed with the memers in our Discord, where I was like, I expected better from you.
Sometimes you have like a little surrealist phase, and maybe they're going through that, but I'm not sure exactly.
I don't know. Drip is another one where, like, apparently that refers to people's outfit now, and I'm like, why? Why would you want to be... How does that even relate? I don't get it.
Well, that's the thing, though, is I have no problem with the Among Us meme being a meme. It's the music that they've added to it, and the fact that they've made it stupid loud and distorted to the point that it's almost unintelligible as music. I don't know why that's part of it.
Loud does not equal funny is a thing I'm seeing more and more repeated, not just by Sig and I. It's like more and more people in our... Because for a long time, people might not know this, we delete jump scares just pretty quietly. Because it's not fun for anybody.
Which is the opposite of a jump scare.
Yeah, either you fuck somebody up or you annoy them. Like, there's no point in keeping that. There's no value in it, in my opinion. And more people have kind of caught on to it. Like, if there's a meme that's just really loud and not really a joke, people are like, why? Why are you posting this? So mods have just been quietly removing those because... I don't like the video memes. They've taken over our meme channel, and it's like...
It's Dabiel's fault.
What happened to reading? Like, can I just skim over these quick? I don't want to hit play.
I want my memes in a newspaper.
You're going to deliver me a joke in 55 seconds? Fuck you. I'm scrolling. I'm gone.
I want it to have precisely one frame.
I don't want to wait for the punchline. Sometimes it's a funny video. I'm like,
all in a block.
I don't want a 2-minute funny video. Give me a square. Give me a quick onesie, and I'm out of here. A little one-liner, I'm gone.
Yeah. That's what she said.
I see.
No, but yeah, I mean, I don't understand why I have to click play on a fucking meme. I don't want to see your meme that bad most of the time.
Yeah.
I think Among
Is
Us.
it a meme then? Like, does it still count as a meme if it's a video?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a whole subreddit dedicated to that, actually. It's called YouTube Haiku, and it's just like really short form YouTube videos. It's kind of fun, or at least it used to be, but a lot of them are just like really
So like
loud.
right here, I'm not even scrolling up in the meme channel. Tom Joe has posted nearly 2 videos, and they're 2 minutes of videos. And I'm like, is this gonna be worth it? This one's just dancing. One thing, I'm a little biased as a content creator.
Up your meme game.
But I've seen a very popular trend where someone just rips the MP4 from a YouTube video, and now that's their post. I'm like, just drop the link. This is the whole video anyway. What the fuck? You're just yoinking revenue now. What are you doing?
Right.
And again, I'm biased. I'll completely own that. But it's still like, just link the YouTube video. I guess because if you drop an MP4, now you're not advertising and a mod won't delete it. Maybe that's how it spreads. I don't know. But it's... I don't know.
I have no idea.
Oh, good. Tom Joe's here. Yeah. I don't want a 30-second long video, Tom Joe. That's not how I want to consume my humor.
And like half the time I'm like looking at my memes while I'm laying in bed. I listen to shit. If I wanted to listen to something, I'd be watching TikToks.
The other thing is the risk. This is why I stopped. Because the future is now. Well, here's what I'll tell you my future is now. Right now, if I see over 20 seconds on a video, I'm like, okay, 50-50 shot that this is even going to be worth it. And I've gotten to the end of way too many 30, 40, 50, 60 second long clips to where I'm like, that was a minute I'm not getting back. And it's like, at least at a screenshot of a meme, whatever, I can glance. I can skim the words and tell if this is even going to be worth the read. And this might sound like I'm nitpicking, but when you scroll through an entire channel, like, this is a lot of time to waste on... Sometimes it's not even that funny. I just filter by users sometimes.
No.
I recognize
There's
usernames. If someone's probably on the younger side, I just keep scrolling. But you gotta earn that revenue. You gotta earn that reputation. So I give everybody a little bit of a chance.
It's actually kind of funny. I've gotten to the point that I don't even click on the videos that Dabule posts anymore because I know that they're safe. Oh. I don't have to worry about what they might be.
Gotcha.
Because I know they're not going to be jump scares, and I know they're not going to be racist propaganda bullshit, and I know they're not going to be porn, But I have to click on most of these if I'm going to moderate the Discord. Mm-hmm. So I do that, and I'm just disappointed all the time by how bad memes have gotten. Just saddened.
And it's not even like they're mixed in. Like, our memes channel is now mostly videos, and it's like...
Yeah.
You hear that, Gen Z?
Here's a good text meme I found the other day.
Fibro over here in the chat saying you just got old, Sig. Yeah, okay, Fibro, coming from you.
Am I
just got old?
Was that an old one? Oh, that was an old one. Okay, yeah, it was 5 minutes ago. Yeah, never mind. I scrolled up to a good one because I've been still trying on the dating apps a little bit, and a lot of descriptions are people who don't seem to understand. Somebody posted a meme, no more society. Society has progressed past the need for society. Because a lot of people are like super like actually for anarchism. And I'm like, that like the only reason
that's not technically anarchism. That's ANCAP.
What?
But yeah, anyway.
I'm just reading from people I've seen online who like, want to abolish the whole system. And I'm like, you know that you only have that opinion because the system exists, right? Like, you can't have that opinion if you get what you want. So somebody posted, no more society. Society has progressed past the need for society. And I'm like, that's something I've been reading a lot of, but they're not kidding. And yeah, no, I don't know, that one got me. But it's not a video. You see, I was able to consume that and not waste a shit ton of time. Oh, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I used to like the memes channel. It was like a daily thing to just read through. Was that a real tweet? Did Burger King get hacked today?
No, that was just them trying to jump on the cancel culture train or whatever's going on. They're like, hey, if we get canceled, we can get so much money.
Oh, they actually tweeted that women belong in the kitchen.
But I mean, they also followed it up like, we can have them work for us and get a good paying job at Burger King.
Oh, 34 minutes ago, their top tweet is an apology.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were probably going to blame it on their intern next or something.
Yeah.
They explained it saying, we think it's weird that women make up only 20% of chefs in the UK industry. That's why we've created a scholarship to help more of our female employees the chance to pursue the career.
Yeah, it's like Tom Joe said, yeah, because Burger King values their workers.
There is a very, very big toxic masculinity culture in the chef world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh?
Yeah. Oh, there are lots of chefs that would fire you for saying that a woman belongs in the kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And this is coming from a 2-decade chef
Been
here.
Yep, been
so,
doing it a long time.
This isn't something he read about.
Yeah.
This is something he heard.
I've experienced some of it firsthand. Women who have tried to move up the chain of command in the kitchen and have been held back because they're emotional creatures and stuff like that, which is just a terrible fucking horrible holding a person back thing to do.
I'm glad you weighed in because my immediate assumption was like, do they make up 20% because that's just the amount of women that are interested, or because there's something else? And
well, a lot of women aren't interested anymore because of the toxic masculinity that's there.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to deal with those chefs who are complete assholes or sexist or even, hitting on them constantly in the kitchen and being gross at them and stuff. It's a terrible, horrible environment a lot of the time.
But that's not only in the food industry. I see that
military.
Yeah, I can speak for that. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Finish your thought, Jaffe. Quit letting us interrupt you.
I see that as well in the trades that I'm in. I see that every single day. Like, I have guys come in. I work with a female, and I have guys come into my trailer for multiple hours during the night if we're not doing anything, and they just fucking won't leave. Like, they continuously harass the female coworker that I'm with, and it's horrible. It's gotten to the point so many times we've put a sign up on our door saying, if you don't belong there, don't fucking enter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like Akova's way.
That's how bad it's gotten.
Maybe they should have led with the scholarship part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're trying to jump on their little
they're
hype train and
fucking media frenzy about it. That's they chose a bad way to do it, but they there's the whole adage that any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
No, it's not. There's still people
they tried. It was a swing and a miss.
Yes.
I you know what? I honestly commend what they were trying to do, but like Akova said, maybe they should have led with that. A solo tweet. What do you got?
I watched every word of that meme hit Chriselle's brain.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The look on his face changed for every word said. I'm sorry, but
have you ever heard of Z Frank? Sorry to change the topic entirely, but you should look up some of Z Frank's true facts. He's got like this Morgan Freeman type voice that he does, and he just talks about animals, and it's the most incredible thing.
Yeah, that's funny. No, but I posted a picture of the what is it called, a bongfish?
Yeah. The rim flap on the bongfish is mated to the bungus of its fuckbone. The scrot wad is only present on females above the poot sac. See snog bag.
What the fuck is? Scientists explain.
That's a thing that exists.
Yeah.
But I posted that, and then I watched Chriselle like notice it, and then go. And like his facial expression changed for every new funny word. You can get back in the podcast and watch. You'll see it happen. It's great.
He starts talking. Did I read that weird? I mean, it's hard to read that normally. That was very strange.
Every word in that sentence is just like another jump up or down in the roller coaster.
Nothing was
It's
spelled as I
beautiful.
pronounced it. I mean,
I want to look up every single one of those words and see what a snog bag is.
oh, poor Burger King. They had a bad idea and didn't know it, and now their whole day is damage control.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
me. That's me.
I think they'll be okay.
Oh, and now KFC's pointing them out for, They said the best time to delete this post was immediately after posting it. The second time is now. But they're specifically leaving it up so that we're talking about what they were actually going after, which is,
right,
I guess, getting their thing. The funny thing about, like, press with these companies is whether or not I go to Burger King is not influenced by a tweet like that. Whether or not I go is whether or not I'm in the mood for a Burger King burger. It's not going to...
See, I'm the exact opposite. I'm sitting here quite hungry. I was just trying to decide what to eat, and you guys brought up Burger King. Now I want Burger King.
It's like
I'm looking at Skip the Dishes right now, fucking deciding what I want.
Some people might disagree that you give them money, you're supporting their agenda. No, I want their product. That is all I am interested in, and I'm not going to skip a craving because of all that. I'm just.
You have to think: are you hungry in 2 hours?
I'm hungry now, but yeah.
No, Jaffe.
Oh.
I'm always hungry.
He's looking at Skip the Dishes, and if he's going to order from it, he has to expect that his food won't be here for 2 fucking hours.
Fuck, right. I forgot it took that long. The other fucking...
He ordered early in the show a few weeks ago, you guys, and it took him literally until we were just about wrapping up to actually get the food.
Didn't you almost go meet the guy wherever he was?
Yeah, I was fucking furious. I was about ready to get in my car and just drive to where he is and pick up my goddamn food.
You're like, he's been 4 miles away for 25 minutes. What the hell?
And see, Archer commented, like, Chick-fil-A has awful views. I don't know what their views are. Frankly, don't really care.
Chick-fil-A doesn't have awful views. Their CEO believes in conversion.
The people that work at Chick-fil-A are nice. But yeah,
I know that they're like super Christian. That's all I've got.
Yeah. Well, they believe in conversion therapy.
You know what I'll tell you I care more about? Not open on Sunday. The fuck is that? I'm hungry on Sunday too.
Yeah, but you have to go to church on Sunday and you can't eat Chick-fil-A. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
But you're not supposed to work on Sundays if you're...
I believe the Bible quote, I don't know the quote, but I know that you should be put to death if you work on Sunday is one of the direct quotes.
Yeah.
So, American Christians are... There's something!
I've been watching... I've still been picking away at Penn and Teller's bullshit, and they've not really held back when it comes to religion. Like, if you're not brought up with it, and if you can look at it analytically, it's a lot of bullshit. Like it's a lot of nonsense just blurted onto a page, and people swear by it and live their lives by it.
Even if you are brought up with religion, at some point, if you have a brain, you're like,
Yeah, not recently, but at a certain point in time, I kind of had lots of little moments of insight that led me to believe my current beliefs. And even though my name is Christian, I am not. So it works out.
I get it.
Yeah.
Took
Thanks.
me a second.
I mentioned the dating apps earlier, and it ties back again. We're like, anytime I see somebody proudly labeled as a Christian or I love Jesus or whatever, I'm like, ooh, left.
I'm not religious, and I don't want to dig into all of that. Honestly, I'd rather we moved away from the topic. I just don't want to see that become a thing.
Why not?
I don't like talking politics, and I don't like talking religion.
Oh, but we've already done both.
Those are two things that create huge rifts among people, and you're going to say something that's going to alienate like half the people that watch, and you're not going to fucking be happy about that. I don't want to do that. Let's not do that.
Huh. It's not the first time I've had this conversation, but all right.
Yeah, I'm just,
That's fair say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I prefer to avoid it. I was raised Southern Baptist. I've chosen not to be religious, and that's it.
But, Tom just like, but what about religion in politics?
And it was, when it came to the monarchy and everything, that was all based out of religion and everything, and look at where it got them. So no, it's just
well said, Sig, the old goat. God damn it, Fibro.
Fibro, I hope you're doing well. Actually, I've heard recently on a couple of your streams that you've been having more issues with the fibro, and I hope that things are improving. So, yeah, everybody stop in and show Fibro some love sometime for me.
Okay.
He's one of the best guys I know.
I go see my new doctor on Wednesday, and I literally have written out a list for him because.
Oh, of all your medical issues?
Mm-hmm.
Because new doctor needs to know all things.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. I just know it's gonna be an okay.
It's like a resume, but for ouchies.
My father has a pamphlet. he has a pamphlet, like a literal booklet of pages that he has to give his doctor every time he goes to a new doctor for whatever reason.
Damn.
Imagine a professional doctor of how many years going, no, somebody else just passes her along, like
walking in, handing him a pamphlet of these are all my issues, and going, yeah, I don't feel like doing that.
I was just starting to thin my patient workload, and this is not gonna fly. Sorry.
See, what you gotta do is
really
just like
good ratings.
Okay. They'd be more receptive to it. But if they're not receptive to it, you just spice it up with like some little graphic designs, like this is what is wrong with me, and then
you know what though?
Put some little
if the doctor was upfront about it,
background.
then fair enough, you know. But I would be surprised because that's just I don't know.
But it was. I think back to going to the VA hospital with my father and the doctor coming over to talk to me because they knew how drugged up he was from whatever procedure it was that he'd had. So he wouldn't remember any of this, you know, and handing me 4 pages of medications.
Damn.
I was just like, wait, hang on, huh? 4 pages. This wasn't like one medication per page and all the things. It was like 9 per page. It's like,
dang.
What the fuck
I am
is going on with
several medications, and whenever I have to go to the hospital or to the ER or whatnot, and they're like, "What medications are you on?" I'm like, "Hold on, I'm just gonna pull up the list on my phone for you to copy."
You know?
No, because if they're like, "Oh no, just tell me." And then I start
27 different things you're not going to remember.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, and the dosage? And no, just look at the list, lady.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, one of those options seems like it'd be a lot easier for everyone involved.
I imagine.
Jesse said, tell them what medications you aren't on. You're not on aspirin right now. Beyond that, let's go.
I haven't done any meth today.
Yet.
Yeah.
I'm on ADHD medication.
That's
essentially meth.
I haven't gotten to the crack yet, but you know we're working.
No, I'm not on the methamphetamine-based ones. I'm on the amphetamine-based ones, so no meth.
No.
We don't
Those
do
are
crack
exciting
because
they start with an A.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine 95% of people are on less than 6, but so they're probably no. It's good to just have a list anyway for reference. That way there's no mistake regardless.
If you're on any sort of prescription medication, you should have it written down somewhere on your person so that if there ever is any sort of medical emergency, like they need to know what you're on and they need to know the dosages so that
they need to know what you're allergic to.
Yeah. Well, you don't want weird interactions too. Like because I can't take what's it called? The one that's made from mold.
Penicillin.
Penicillin. That's it. I'm allergic to that. It'll kill me.
Wow.
You know, I can't take that, and I can't take any other psyllin-based, you know, any of that family because it causes really bad like hives and stuff like that.
Huh.
But you know, my father has issues with codeine-based stuff. That's why he's on so many different medications because they couldn't just give him the codeine-based few things, so it's spread out across a number of different ones that weren't codeine to cover all the things. I don't know, but yeah, he's gone in and they've been like, oh well, what medications are you on? And he's like, oh this, and names them all off, and he misses one or something like that. And that's why it's gotten to where they've just giving a list and making sure that his family members that are with him also know about the list and give them a copy, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cat has a prescription for insulin. It's like 1 milligram of insulin per day, like twice a day, and that's about it. So we gotta give that to her twice a day.
Diabetic cat.
How do you give something to a cat?
Oh, with a needle.
Hold it out and stab
Whoa.
Yeah. No, I mean it's basically like a regular diabetic thing. She's not overweight either. She's healthy, but yeah, she's not overweight. But yeah, it's just like a little simple vial and then just a little syringe, and you just make sure that it's just on the first little notch of that syringe. That's how much is 1 dose for her. And then you just get that tiny little bit and remove the rest of it that you need. And yeah, just get it in the scruffer of her neck and then give her lots of treats after the fact.
If you grab the cat and pull its skin up like this,
yeah,
you can stab into the skin and they won't even notice.
Yeah, no, she she actually runs up to us because she's excited about getting food.
She knows you're gonna.
She doesn't.
Treats.
Yeah, she doesn't know what happens
what
before
is
that.
Boba tea.
Boba tea?
Oh,
that's the best stuff
now
ever.
I'm gonna go get boba.
It's tea with balls in it.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Jeffy.
Well, that's perfect for you, Jeffy.
I don't like it actually, believe it or not.
My favorite is taro boba tea.
We pass by the boba tea place in the mall all the time walking, and I've pointed it out more than once talking to you about it.
Yeah, you should go get some.
This is a
And
phenomenon
then
that
he
just snuck
says
up
the
on
only
me.
Boba I want is Boba
Balls.
Fett. So
It's like those dating apps. Like I'd never heard of this thing, and now every other person is just all about it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Boba tea?
I liked it before. It was cool. I'll just say that. So.
do you guys know what aptitude testing is?
Yes.
Okay, I knew you two were gonna know instantly because it's usually a military thing.
It's to determine what you're good at.
Yeah. But so I literally just applied for a job, right? Because I got an email saying, oh, look, this job just came up, and it was matching the previous jobs I've applied for, and it was $80,000 to $140,000 a year, which is, you know, I made $70,000 last year, so it's, you know, a substantial more than what I'm making.
Canadian or American?
Canadian.
It's not real.
Sort of fairly close.
See how
to
Jeffy's
the currency exchange.
I-
Are you doing that right now?
Aptitude testing.
Yeah, no, well, so I did I literally just sent in an
Yeah, if you had a pretty
application,
good year.
and they, out of nowhere, they're like, we want you to do an aptitude test with this application. I'm like, what the fuck? This is so odd. I've never seen this before. And I did an aptitude test when I applied for the military. And that fucking aptitude test I just did was harder than the one. Then I went for the military, and it just blew my mind.
Are
the
you just
military
more
one's
out of
really
shape
easy.
now?
Mm-hmm.
They want you to pass the military one so they can fix you.
Well, and it's not really about passing. It's about honestly what your aptitude is. It's to figure out what career to put you into.
To be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would put me anywhere behind a computer or at a desk.
You know,
If
they
you
would,
Nothing
put me,
physical.
appropriately.
they would put me not in the military.
What do you mean, they have cooks in the military? You'd love it.
No, they'd go, hey, you're a felon. Nope.
Wait, can
Bye.
felons not be in the military in America?
Correct.
I mean,
Oh,
it
wow.
depends on how much they want to send people overseas to die.
Oh,
That's
so
true.
that's politics, though. I'm sorry, but yeah.
No.
That's a whole nother shebang bang.
No, I was a 13 Foxtrot, which is a forward observer when I was in the military. It was fun. Got to shoot at tanks.
Here's the guy out there going, yep,
Yeah.
that's the bad guy.
Yeah, get that one. Yeah. And I mean, like, everyone talks about, like, the 13 Bravos are all cool because they get to be the ones that shoot the tank or the paladin or the howitzers or whatever. But I got to see where it landed. So, yeah. And I mean, yeah, maybe you can argue the cool guys don't look at explosions, but that's like literally all I did was look at explosions. So
Rochelle clearly isn't very cool.
no, it's in fact the opposite. But I mean, that's never been true. I've never been cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty good to know exactly how much damage you did. You know? You
Yeah.
gotta-
Right.
You can't just not look at
Well,
it.
yeah, you don't want to just find out there was an explosion over there and go, yeah, we must have hit him. It's fine.
Yeah, you
Which
gotta
sounded
know,
pretty
like,
bad.
exactly how much you can offset for it, and then you got to know like where you need to adjust, and then you just do like a line of fire so that you have a bunch of rounds shooting down in the line.
It's not like the movies. They
fun.
can miss in the real world.
Yeah.
You know, it's like in every video game ever, the mortar goes right where it's supposed to, but you know,
well, the first one never does unless
I got clickbaited.
Yeah.
There was a YouTube video on hitting a truck with a mortar. And not only did they spend half the video comically missing like 40 fucking times, but then it landed, clink. They didn't load it with explosives. I'm like, what am I here for? It's not going to explode? Okay, yeah, technically you hit your truck with a mortar, but god damn it. You didn't.
That's like if they just like threw it at their truck, just boop, like, oh, I hit my truck.
And the empty shells, I was like, okay, they're dialing it in. They're going to get it just right. Then they're going to pack it. Nope. Tink. What the? And it had like 50 million views, and everybody was upset. I'm like, come on.
I mean, it can happen, so.
Maybe, but they didn't say it was a dud. I think that was their plan, was to just tink. Like, why did you even drive out? I was so upset.
Which one is it? I know that mortars have to be going a certain speed or whatever before they will explode on impact or whatever. Like if they just pop out of the tube and fall to the ground.
As opposed to what?
Well, I'm just trying to think. Like instead of just getting misfired and it shooting 10 feet and falling to the ground, they don't just explode from that impact, like bouncing on the ground as easily as them getting fired properly. They have to reach a certain velocity before they're activated or something, if I remember that right.
Yeah, but I mean, also
that's like rocket-propelled grenades and stuff too, right?
The trigger of it is at the front of it, and it's high-angle artillery, in a sense. So it goes up and then back down, and so like it landing is what makes it explode.
Yeah, but it has to be landing at a certain speed, doesn't it? Like you can't just
drop the video in chat.
Out of, like carrying it on your shoulder and it fall on the ground and it blow up, right?
As far as I know, well, I mean, it's not like technically armed until it's about to be shot. And I mean, I was more involved into mobilized howitzers than I was with the small things. But yeah,
because I remember reading something or hearing something anyway a long time ago about like a rocket launcher. Like if you were to fire a rocket launcher, like a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher or whatever, that rocket wouldn't even actually be armed until it reached a certain velocity, and that caused it to arm.
Sig, I can explain this.
I would say possibly, yeah.
Do you know how a bullet fires? Like, you know how there's the firing pin hits the little steel pit?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of how it works in a mortar. So there's like a weight in the mortar, and it has to be going a certain speed so the weight has enough force to puncture the pin. And then the front little bit that it hits, I don't know what the fuck it was called, Chriselle said it, that acts like a safety. So it has to hit the bit, then the weight has to hit the pin, and then it'll explode.
Yeah. But I mean, it also has like certain things that make it so that like while you're carrying it, like it's not gonna just explode if you drop it.
There've got to be fail safes, of course. But what I'm saying though is if it misfired and it didn't go, half the distance, like a grenade has a pin, that's a fail safe. Holding the spoon is another form of fail safe. Releasing that spoon is it's gonna blow up. That's it. But as far as a bullet goes, hitting the firing pin on a bullet, that is what ignites the stuff inside that sends the projectile out.
Yeah.
With a mortar, though, you have a ignition that happens that fires the mortar, but it's the impact on the other end that causes the explosion, that causes the other thing to happen. And I'm wondering, does it have to be at a certain speed? Does it have to be at a certain velocity? Is what I'm asking. You know what I mean?
As I understand, the only speed that it gets is from when it actually shoots out. It doesn't have any sort of propellant. So it's essentially going at the same speed that it came out of the tube at, because it's coming back down in a high arc.
Well, I mean, falling from the apex of the arc, it's going to reach a certain velocity. It's going to reach whatever maximum velocity it can, depending on the height of the arc.
Yeah.
That's a really cool video in chat on like an animation of how AK-47s work. 174 million views on that thing.
I kind of want to get an AK-47. They're kind of cool.
Like that's a lot. Even by 2021 standards, breaking 100 million on anything that's not music is huge. huge. Like, that's a lot of views.
How long is the video? Let's watch.
Did you see the anatomy of a pew pew?
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, you can't click on any of these explosives videos without FPS Russia getting recommended. And I always like to check in on him because I listened to a podcast with him on it, and he's like, he doesn't talk finances, but he's set for life rich, like fuck you money kind of thing. And
yeah,
like is just never concerned about money anytime it's ever brought up. So like I'm pretty sure either his sponsors had huge deep pockets or he's just financed well, or both. Because I'm even looking at he hasn't uploaded in 4 years, but like a bad month for him is 2 million views. Yeah. And
well, I mean, what was it? Demolition Ranch. That guy's been.
I fucking love his videos.
And on the high end, he's getting somewhere to like 8 million. If he's getting like decent ads, he's been coasting on just like 2 to 4, maybe even close to 10 plus grand a month for 4 years. Doing nothing. Doing absolutely nothing. Just existing with a channel that is a thing. Yeah. And again, that can't be where all his money. I'm sure he has invested something, but that's just interesting to me that can be a thing. Like if you run a topical enough YouTube video where your videos can age well, you can just not post
stop
anymore.
Working. Yeah.
And anyway. Yeah, no, it's an interesting story to me.
I want to stop working.
Well, the other thing about those YouTube videos, it depends on the topic, but I mean, it depends. Some people, I want to say it's because he worked hard, but some people don't have to. You know, they just shit out Minecraft videos and then millions of views roll in, and that was not me, but I didn't get quite millions with that.
I got that fancy magnetic cable, and
oh no,
just noticed.
No, I don't know. I always like to check in on that stuff. It's interesting to me. I like watching YouTube channels that haven't posted in a while that are still getting views, and it's like, damn, that's just like free money. I don't know. That's interesting to me, obviously, for very clear reasons. So I
haven't uploaded anything on my channel in like, I don't know, half a year, and I still get like about 200 views a day just from people watching the little aluminum smelting videos that I made.
If you got those
4 years ago now,
then you're probably getting.
I mean, I don't know if you recall, but like there was a certain YouTube rule where like you had to have 1,000 subscribers to now get monetized.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I was just at the cusp of that. Like I was just about to get my first $100 from YouTube, and then they changed the rule. You had to have 1,000 subscribers.
I'm sure that's still in the bank, but
yeah. No, it is, and I think I just need to get up to 1,000, and I'm good.
You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched in the last 12 months.
Yeah,
which is a really mind-bending metric to even try to reach, because it's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if you put out a 10-minute video every day for the next year, and you know you get 100 people to watch each of them, you'll get those numbers.
I think I have 41,000 in the last 28 days.
Yeah. So yeah, last 365 days I've had 1,100 watch time hours. So
maybe you should smelt some more aluminum and get that
do
ball
that.
rolling.
It's a good idea.
Copper.
Yeah.
You know what you should really do? Go to the post office.
I should, and send you the packages and stuff. I'm sorry. I know. I'm so sorry. It's sitting in my garage, and
selfish ass.
Excuse me, I'm waiting on.
I literally don't know what's wrong with me and why I can't just do shit like that just as easily as that.
I'm
sorry.
Michelle, you're not alone.
Yeah, fucking sick and beast. I'm waiting on a webcam right now.
Yeah.
And an ornament.
And an ornament that I've been waiting for like a couple months now. It still hasn't been shipped.
Oh yeah. Christmas was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Totally.
That was the thing that happened.
Yeah, FPS Russia was doing like barely legal stuff, skating by, and then shit just caught up to him. And then YouTube stopped monetizing firearms, and he got out of YouTube like right when there was no more money in it. and that killed a lot of those bigger channels. Because YouTube doesn't want to monetize and glorify shit exploding, which I fully disagree with. You know, Mythbusters is the shit, but I guess.
Well, I know that Demolition Ranch also has some hard times with that as well.
Yep,
But,
definitely did.
He no longer uses the words in his videos or anything. He calls them pew-pews now.
Yes, he does.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to mention them on his other channels and stuff. His Demolition Ranch channel has been completely demonetized and is solely running off of people donating and all of that. But his other channels,
I think he has one where he does like veterinarian work.
He's an exotic veterinarian.
Doesn't he
but
also
he
have
does
a
off the
coffee
ranch
company?
and other stuff like that. And he did one where he did a whole series where he bought a mansion.
He's still doing that. I'm watching that.
That was completely dilapidated and is rebuilding it for his family to live in, and all that. And I've been enjoying the hell out of that.
I love dilapidated mansions. Like I want to do urban exploring and find one. Like they're always so cool looking. I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to do some sort of renovation work like that and just completely rebuild things. That'd be fun.
He's prior military too, so he's a vet, which is also a vet.
He's a vet that's a vet.
Perfect.
See, I think of like, you know, if you built an audience like that, you know, with the weapons and stuff, it's good to see that he can segue that into something else. You know, like if you got that far with one thing, you can probably switch gears. And I also think about that with the FPS Russia thing. Like I'm only assuming that he's even earning money on any of those videos. He might not be.
The thing that kills me though is the Demolition Ranch guy was way safer about stuff and very much about gun safety and everything than FPS Russia ever was.
Yeah.
FPS Russia, I think the famous example was he like very nearly almost died in one of his videos where he blew up a truck and that door was like feet from him, like 3 feet away, going fast enough to just turn him into a what's the thing now, meat crayon. That's something I learned from him on the podcast I was watching recently, where apparently people on motorcycles sometimes fall off of them and turn into meat crayons.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's why you wear helmets, folks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let that be a lesson.
Yes, it is.
I got recommended stories I tell and then says shit like that.
Meat crayon. What the fuck? Who comes up with these names? Oh my god.
Veterans.
Oh, the haircut looks good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can confirm that.
Let's jump back real quick to the haircut thing. The lady who does haircuts, she's like Rosa's size, right? She's just a tiny little adorable lady. I'm sitting in a chair out there getting my haircut and everything, and she started trimming on my beard and everything, and had me look up to start cleaning up the line under here, and then she was like, just stand up, because she's this tall.
Yeah.
Right. So she grabbed me by the face and tilted me up a little bit. And she was like, just stand up so I can get your bottom. And I went, excuse me? Because she said, so I can get your bottom. That was very funny. I had a good time with that. But yeah, she actually did the beard trim and everything, cleaned it all up. I was surprised. I didn't expect any of that extra. But it was awesome. And I like it. It looks good.
There is a
I probably need to give my hairs a trim because they're getting a little split endy. Yeah.
Watch out, people.
Oh,
wow.
It's beautiful.
I don't even know how to find
You know
this
what
video.
you remind me of, Grishal, with your hair all long? Beast, once he turns back into a human.
Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Because it's like the right color. Yeah.
1 second.
Oh, from Beauty and the Beast. I was very confused.
You're not the only beast.
I was like, what? I'm mostly human, I think.
My parents have been telling me I'm human for years.
Yeah, I just want a giant castle, and my only problem be that I was once not nice to a old lady that was tricked me into.
Randomly wanted to come into my house. Yeah.
Yeah, and then tricked me because I wasn't nice enough to her. Like, lady, I don't know you. And now you have cursed me with life, with some sort of bizarre disease.
My parents aren't home, lady. I'm not supposed to let strangers.
And wait, how old was he?
They did the math, and he was supposed to be like super young, but like it's magic, so you gotta just like.
Gaston didn't do anything wrong.
Gaston did nothing wrong. I am Team Gaston.
I don't know who Gaston is.
The guy who is hitting on Belle.
No one drinks like Gaston. Yeah.
I think he did some things wrong, but.
The jock. He was the jock from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie.
Wow.
I watched it once as a very young kid, and that was.
Don't tell Crick that, because Emma Watson did a live action remake of it, and he's gonna be very mad at you that you didn't watch it.
Oh, I'm sure he'll care. I'm sure it'll matter so much
to care about. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of movies that people are watching or whatever, you've been going back through all the recent Marvel films.
Yeah, only the recent ones.
Where are you in the Marvel universe so far?
Wait,
Just started Doctor Strange.
Beast, yeah. And you've been
I'm also doing the same thing.
Are you?
No, you're not.
Where are you?
I just finished watching Thor.
Oh,
it's a fun movie.
You're at the beginning.
Nice. I actually just got recommended the clip of what's his name, Korg, from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hi, I'm Korg."
He was
rocks,
my favorite.
as you can see.
It was like, I was trying to start a revolution, but I don't think we handed out enough pamphlets.
So
like
good.
so relatable.
But yeah, I got recommended the clip on YouTube, and I was like, "Why? Where did this come from?" There's nothing else on my YouTube that's like it. It's just just a few seconds of Korg going, "Hey, I'm Korg." Rocks,
the algorithm
like,
that you could use that positivity in your life.
The best thing about that, I think, was that is the director, and that is his real accent. That is not even. He's not even trying to be funny, but the way he says everything is just
perfect.
Crazy out of place for that movie. And it's hilarious.
Because I watched that, the next video apparently that was up was Tom Hiddleston, the guy who plays Loki. It was him doing an impression of Korg. And he is spot fucking on. It's crazy how good he is at it.
I love it.
What's the next Marvel movie after
Black
Thor?
Widow, I believe.
Thor?
Thor?
Oh, is Thor coming out then Black Widow?
No,
I mean like in the chronology.
Like Thor's out
in the list you're watching.
Oh, after Thor, it's Infinity War.
Logically, here, Angel sent me a list, and I'll just send it to you and everybody in chat.
Yeah, after Ragnarok, it's Infinity
War. The first one.
Oh no, the first Thor.
Oh, after the first Thor.
I hit the limit on Twitch, and it doesn't format nicely. I'll just post this in the movies and shows of our Discord.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he sent me that in DMs, and I've just been going back to it over and over.
So Captain America, the first Avenger, and then the Avengers, and then Iron Man 3.
So I'm on Doctor Strange. I just watched Captain America Civil War, and I don't understand how that was a Captain America movie. Like, he shared the screen time really evenly with everybody else.
Yeah, well, I mean, even the people that made and produced the movie were like, this is basically another Avengers movie. Yeah. And that's how it was kind of described.
Would have been completely fine. I don't understand why Captain... If anything, it deterred me from the movie, because I was like,
well, because it was from the Captain America comics, which it was based off of. That whole series was called Civil War.
So I guess it's comic book accurate, but to the layman's like me, I think Avengers Civil War would have been totally...
more appropriate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Civil War was Avengers 2.5. I mean, truly. But I mean, as a Marvel fan, it doesn't matter what the hell the title is. Just watch.
The main point of the movie was for Captain America to pull back a plane with his bicep. That was the main point.
Helicopter.
That was the helicopter, not a plane, right?
No,
technically a plane.
It could be whatever you want.
You're really defending a slip up with this.
I bet.
What was it? Was it a helicopter? Or was
it was
a helicopter.
Okay. It was him just
technically a plane.
It autofilled as a helicopter.
Like, here's my bicep.
Yeah.
It is a type of aircraft. Unlike an airplane or glider, helicopter has wings that move. I'm sorry, Chriselle.
I think I'm right.
Okay.
From a mechanical standpoint, you were correct.
It's hot in here. I can't turn my fan on because then you guys would hear it. So
well, I mean, just what is the definition?
We'll have to be your fans instead.
Definition of
You're not my
a
OnlyFans, though.
plane. A flat surface on which a straight line adjoining
That is
any
the definition of a two-dimensional plane. Somebody woke up with the
I know, I was
facetious
being
flakes.
silly. All right. A plane,
just-
not decorated or elaborate, simple or ordinary in character.
That's a different.
That's the same joke twice.
No, that's PLAIN.
All right, definition of playing. Engage in an activity
Grassland.
or enjoyment for...
Oh my fucking god.
I think even normally spelled plain has like multiple different definitions. A level of existence, thought, or development.
Oh, don't forget it's a type of woodworking tool that removes small chips from
Very
a
small
wood
slivers.
surface so that you can smooth that out and
A
create
bird
another
or airborne
wooden land.
object. Of
Okay.
a bird or an airborne object, soar without moving the wings. Without moving the wings. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Of a boat. Skim over the surface of water. Is a boat a plane?
Technically,
Is
It
a
can
boat
get
plane
on a
just
plane,
boat?
is what it's called. Yeah, getting a boat.
it
up
goes
on a plane
across
is,
a surface of fluid with a higher pressure below it, and the So
when
technically
you're
about
in a
to shoot
boat
you.
and it's hitting the water and going like that, and then you get up to a certain speed and it just levels off and stops doing that bouncy stuff and just goes level. That's when it's reached its plane.
I don't even
Yeah.
remember what I was going to say before we got into all of that. But the Captain America, I enjoyed the Civil War movie. It was fun. I've been really liking them. I like that the fact that all the characters keep coming back is nice, because even if I haven't quite gotten an Iron Man 4 like I'd like, he's made so many reoccurrences that I kind of have. I mean, like, there's lots of Iron Man out in those movies, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
fine with it.
I don't need to see any more Doctor Strange movie or any of that. They just need to make more
All right, well, you can have your
Guardians of the
opinion.
Galaxy movies, and I'll be all right.
I like all of them.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Just more
Thor is
Taika
my
Waititi
least
in
favorite.
movies.
I don't
I'm okay with that.
connect with that.
Have Taika Waititi just be another.
He needs his own
character.
movie. I want to
in
see him
all
hand
the
out those
movies.
pamphlets.
Yeah, just bring Korg in on the rest of every movie that's ever made.
Yeah.
Instead of a Stanley cameo, it's him.
Yeah.
I think they should bring him back for another Thor movie or
Now we're
something.
sad.
Because he did a great job on Ragnarok. I think Ragnarok, before I got into all the movies, was probably my favorite Marvel movie. Like, I think I'd rewatched that 2 or 3 times before I got into the rest of it.
Yeah.
'cause
If we
it's
if
so
we could go
standalone.
back to the previous Marvel movies and just implant Korg in, like they did in the Star
There you
Wars
go.
movies, that would be.
Like they did with
yeah.
what?
We could put him in the Star Wars movies too.
Yeah.
They went back
Like,
and
it would
edited
make
those
sense.
films?
But who cares? Doesn't
Not
matter
aware of
anymore. They've ruined all the Star Wars movies. It's fine.
I don't even know. I think canonically, didn't they ruin a bunch? They just
What,
started
the
switching
Star
up their
Wars
story.
movies?
I've been told that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is only sometimes canonically accurate.
Yeah.
Which
It's in the chronology that I'm reading, and it's very confusing because it's including like episodes of shows that I've never seen before. So, yeah. So I basically, after I finished watching Thor, I now have to watch The Avengers, Item 47, and then Iron Man 3.
Item
and then
40
I have to watch. Yeah, it's a one shot from the Avengers Assemble DVD. And then
God.
All Hail the King, one shot in Thor: The Dark World 8 DVD. And then I have to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, Episodes 1 through 7. And then I have to watch Thor: The Dark World, which is going to be a drag. That's
Jesus,
the worst
you're
movie.
just
That's
way
such
too
a bad
in-depth
movie.
about this. Just watch all the movies.
I kinda
don't
liked
worry
it,
about
but-
trying to-
I didn't mind it.
Okay. That's fine, I guess. I'll watch
That's the thing. I'm not there for the story necessarily, or like exactly what happens. I just like the overarching character development, you know?
Yeah,
didn't
and I
mind
don't really want to watch Luke Cage again. Wait, no, not Luke Cage. Luke Cage was good. I want to watch what's his name, Iron Fist. Luke Cage was
Yep.
cool. Iron Fist was terrible.
I don't even know what that is. If I haven't heard of
I'll
it,
give
it's
you a
probably about
guess as to
time.
what Iron Fist's power is.
Yeah.
Got
Iron
it.
Fist.
Winter Soldier.
It has
2.
nothing to do with Iron though.
I thought Luke
I'll
Cage is
say that.
DC.
Nope, they're Marvel. Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage are all Marvel.
They're like the backup Avengers. So.
Yeah.
They're not in any of the movies, but you know
They're the Bavengers.
Because they're other people with superpowers, but just because they have superpowers doesn't mean they're automatically an Avenger.
Right.
Like, they're not in the Avengers, they just happen to be people
universe,
with superpowers, and it shows that not just superheroes are powered.
But I do feel like Luke Cage could wipe the floor with Hawkeye. So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Hawkeye? He's not much of a superhero.
That's what I like about
it. He's a hero. He's not exactly super.
His power is that he's really good with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, I've seen Batman. I mean, come on. You know?
That's why I think they threw him and Black Widow in. It's like you got all these superheroes surrounded by the extent of what a regular human can do. Unless you're Iron Man, in which case, well, he built a thing. They didn't build a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like Iron Man could have probably helped out Black Widow and Hawkeye a little more than he did. That's just me.
Right.
Like, I mean, you guys clearly need some super suits. So you don't
that he
get by a giant
offered
alien.
and they denied because I feel like their characters. I feel like realistically they'd be like, "Get that shit away from me! I don't want any of you. You're gonna track me. I don't want it. I'm good."
I mean, they could just be like, "Hey, that instant kill mode from Spider-Man suit sounds pretty nifty. I think I'll have one of those." And then you just need to zap
I'd suggest
people
maybe giving them something bulletproof, but neither of them ever catch a bullet anyway. So.
Well, I mean, they have plot armor, which is fine and fair. So.
That's true.
They're the only two regular humans. We need them as viewers. Again,
what if we
Robert Downey Jr. or I guess Tony Stark, I should say, is like still flesh and blood regular human. He's not modified in any way. He's just super smart.
Because of his heart.
Okay,
no,
Jaffe.
I think they fixed that in the third movie.
Hi, Sig.
Favorite scene from any Marvel, DC, or whatever comic book.
Oh, I got this. So it's from the first Iron Man. Is the first Marvel movie I ever saw, and it's when he built the Mark 1, so the shitty Iron Man suit there.
Sure.
And the guy comes up to him with a pistol, tries to shoot him in the head, and it bounces off and hits him in the head. And that's easily my favorite scene. I don't know. It's just it caught me off guard so much. I laughed so hard about that.
Okay.
I think that happens again.
Oh, favorite scene. I don't know. That's hard.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Chriselle, go.
I really, really, really liked when Thor recalled Mjolnir. Or Meow Meow, and he was able to just pull in the hammer and be like, "I'm still worthy." It was just a nice scene when it was Fat Thor at that time.
I got a couple for different reasons.
It was nice when he did that. And,
I like
he had been so down and sad and stuff, and it was nice that he got that win. So
I've been treating this a lot like I did with Avatar, where I'm just sort of like turning on the blinders and the critical thinking and just letting the story take me along, because I feel like you enjoy it more. And it makes moments like where Vision just casually picked up his hammer and handed it to him. Like, that's really profound if you're following along, where nobody in the entire movie, they showed it earlier, can pick up that hammer. Captain America wiggles it. So, like, a little bit of foreshadowing there.
There's a whole theory about Captain America having been able to pick it up at the time, but choosing not to.
Yeah.
So
I really like that.
No one would freak out about it.
Either way, you could see it wiggle, and you could tell Thor was like, "Oh shit, he saw that."
And also, that was kind of just like the character of Captain America. Like, he's not like a specifically
let him keep thinking
braggadocious person. Yeah.
And I was surprised when he, couldn't pick it up, because I'm like, really, he's kind of like the most noble, perfect guy that could be.
Yeah. So which one's your favorite, Beast?
Spoilers! He does pick it up. He fucking whacked someone with it.
Yeah,
Captain America picks up Thor's hammer and beats someone's ass with it.
Well, that was after though. But we're talking about like the foreshadowing moment where.
The foreshadowing. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
The theory is that he could pick it up and he chose not to. Because if you look at him, he's like, like literally, he was like fucking OJ putting on the glove.
It doesn't work. Sorry.
Acorn thinks he was almost worthy, but wasn't there yet because he was holding on to Tony's
That's
father's
another
death.
theory. That's the two opposing theories, but neither has been proven.
Boy, a rabbit hole. And my other favorite scene was when they were interrogating Black Widow, and then she gets the call and she's like, "I'm in the middle of an interrogation. I'm busy." and then is like reluctantly breaking out of her chair and kicking ass. Then goes and saves the Hulk. I think that was.
I'm excited for the Black Widow movie. It's gonna be fun.
Have you thought of one yet, Rosa?
Yes, my favorite is in the first Captain America when he just became Captain America, just did that transformation, and he's chasing the bad guy and whatnot. And the bad guy throws the kid into the river, and he looks over, and the kid goes, "Don't worry, mister, I can swim."
He's like, "Don't chase him, I can swim." And he's like, "Totally, just get out of here." Not some kid in distress.
Super satisfying because like every other like it was kind of subversive in a way because every other like superhero moment was like I can't stop the bad guy because I have innocence to save.
I have to save the innocent person.
Kind of nice because the innocent person was able to swim to safety.
Good.
The chase could continue.
I was annoyed watching it. Like, no, don't stop. And the kid was like, "Go!"
Yeah.
My personal favorite scene from all of the superhero movies and everything is in the Deadpool movie, where he says, "I've only got 12 bullets, so some of you guys are just gonna have to line up."
Yeah, some of you guys are have to share.
And then he wastes a bunch of bullets missing. Or shooting a dead body.
And to continue that scene later on when what's his name shows up, the giant metal dude.
Colossus?
No.
Colossus shows up and he's like, I didn't hurt anybody, blah blah blah. And he's like, that guy was here when I got here. The guy that fell off the sign. That whole interaction was all just the best.
The opening scene for Deadpool.
When did Deadpool come out?
What a way to open.
Deadpool what?
Did Deadpool come out 2016?
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Even though it's not a part of the Marvel MCU phases on my list here, I might just slip that movie in anyway.
Throw it in there anyway.
Deadpool's a movie that I will be rewatching until I'm old. I'm just gonna keep coming back to it. It's so funny. The second one didn't kick as hard, but they're both good. I liked them both.
Yeah. I need to get around to watching WandaVision before the entirety of it is spoiled for me.
So I haven't heard anything about it.
I'm online to do that.
Somebody warned me about spoilers, and I was like, I haven't heard. I don't even know what it's about. I saw one joke tweet asking what Vision's dick looks like.
Vision.
Yeah, that actually took me a minute because I didn't even know their names yet. Then I got through the movies and I was like, oh, so she's and he got it. Got it.
If you're not looking to get spoiled or whatever, don't scroll up and click that first YouTube link in the fucking movies and shows channel.
Yeah.
That's the end credit scene after the fucking final episode of the season.
Although we know my thoughts on spoilers. I
don't know if you guys are subscribed to Screen Rant, but they're the most spoilery pieces of shit. Like every single little like title is a clickbait spoiler for like whatever episode they're on. And it's so annoying because like I only subscribe to them. I only subscribe to them for that one guy, the one that does the what is it? I forget what is it? Pitch meeting. Yeah, it's the pitch meeting guy. And he's funny. So I watch those. But I don't know. The rest of their content is good. And
I got a chocolate chip on my hand. I don't know how I did it.
Okay.
Congrats.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that information. Let me know how I'm supposed to process that.
Hey,
I mean, I'll hold on to it. So
good news. I passed that aptitude testing I took.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right. No, sorry. Continue. I got
nice job.
Jaffe, do you have TikTok?
No, but I've seen lots of TikToks.
Get a TikTok.
I don't like TikTok.
I don't.
He's just gonna flood you with TikToks. It's his love language.
I find funny.
You can just send them to me. I can watch them. I just don't need a TikTok.
Can you send them to me on Discord? I can watch them on Discord.
It's like a lot of extra work.
He's really good at wasting time.
I know.
He needs help.
But if you send them to me on Discord, I'll watch.
You know what's sad? Is I send them to Rosa all the time, and then she waits like a week before she actually looks at them. Yeah. And then she watches like 30 of them in a row and goes, "Holy shit!" You know? Yeah. So, I find funny stuff, and and pretty girls, and more funny stuff, and interesting stuff. Sometimes cooking videos. There's some
All
really
of
good
it's
cooking videos on there.
super handy.
They're all a
Fun.
minute long. I got nothing but time sometimes.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's a lot of TikTok the other morning, and I probably sent out like 35 videos to Rosa, just being like, haha, that was funny. You should see that one, just over and over and over.
Jesus fuck.
Fair enough.
Because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
She responded and she was like, I don't even read what you wrote next to each one sometimes.
Hey, like the universal response.
Yeah.
The universal response is just like, haha, lol, and then you're good. You're good.
Well, some of them I send to her because it's exactly her response to something. It's exactly what she would say. And some of them are funny because it's what I would say, or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them that are very much
so relatable.
Very
OMG,
much
that is
what
so
Rosa
mean.
would say, and I know that if she heard somebody else say it, she'd be like, "Oh, yep, I'm adding that to my repertoire."
That's
so
me.
What was that one that I sent you? It said something about you may not think I'm pretty, but your dad does, or in your dad's world, I'm a 10, baby, or whatever.
Something
it
like
was
that.
So stupid. It's like I'll become your stepmom and I'll ground you. Like what the shit? So dumb.
That is.
Oh
very
my!
funny.
We are at that time where I gotta get ready to go.
Time.
Yeah.
Time. No time.
Yeah. Well, we're 10 minutes out, and I gotta make sure that I'm getting ready to get out of here.
Your time.
But yeah, any of you that have a TikTok or get a TikTok or whatever and want me to send you random videos and stuff, just tag me in the Discord and tell me your TikTok username, and I'll add you.
I want you to go the extra effort and send them to me on Discord.
But I will find content and send it to you. Viral is a fan of me sending him random stuff. Viral the other day was just like, all right, I appreciate it, but you gotta stop. My phone keeps buzzing and I'm trying to sleep.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Who needs sleep when there's TikTok?
I was just sending him videos of hot girls. Like, I know he appreciated it. He was like, this is what your TikTok is? And I was like, uh-huh.
My TikTok is just...
Big titty goth girlfriends. Let's go.
Oh.
I hope he doesn't sleep on his stomach.
Oh. Beast, no.
You have to turn on the side. At least you'd have a kickstand, though.
Oh my god.
All right.
That's enough.
Oh.
That's enough of that.
Oh, he just switched to his back. That way it's like camping. In a
no! Stop it. Bad beast.
On that note, I have to go to work.
Tiggs just gets up and leaves. Just no
shirts at least. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have fun. I will talk to you soon.
Bye, Sig.
Oh god, we're only 4.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, 4 for 4 minutes.
How did Dwight put it?
Changes.
Like an Eiffel Tower.
What?
Nothing. I don't know where to put who.
Put me in my Jaffe spot.
Oh, yes. Let me go do that.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Jaffe, where have you been? It's been like a week or 2 or something.
I've been gaming still. I've been gaming with some real life friends of mine because I discovered that a lot of games are actually cross-platform now. So I've been playing a lot of a little bit of Call of Duty, but a lot of Rocket League and Windows 10 Minecraft. As bad as that sounds,
sounds pretty bad.
Yeah,
Ew. Windows
it's not
10 Redstone.
It's not that fucking great, but I've been teaching them some pretty cool things about villager trading, so that's neat. We've been playing a lot of just random cross-platform games and having a lot of fun,
That's good.
I'm noting a lot of gaming, but like not with me.
Well, you see, you only fucking play Fortnite, and I've told you, if you switch off that game, even if you're not on stream, if you want to play something that's not Fortnite, I've told you I'm down.
Uh-huh.
And I've attempted, like, the amount of times I've been in multiple hour calls with you saying, oh, let's game. You're like, oh, I don't want to game right now. I'm getting ready for bed. And then we spend fucking 4.5 hours just talking in a chat.
You always want to play a game. You got to give me a name.
I've suggested so many. Like.
And sometimes those names aren't
I literally just go through our Steam libraries and just start suggesting games that we both have. You're like, ooh, none of those sound good. It's like, okay, well, we don't own any. And then we go buy games that we like together. Like, I remember we both went and bought Uno and Monopoly, and we have yet to play that shit together.
Why not?
We still haven't played Don't Starve together yet. So
says the guy who makes no effort to make that happen.
Beast, you're blaming us, but it's your fault.
I resent that.
I'm blaming.
I mean,
It's okay.
I'm always 50-50 with that. I'm not reaching out, but
I've reached out on multiple occasions and you just shut me down. So
it's totally not true. We played Saints Row that one time.
Yeah, fucking at least 4 or 5. It was before Christmas when we played Saints Row, and then after that we did play Lego Star Wars when we got we could play together, and then we played for like an hour, and that's it. It was the last time we played together.
Yeah, we got soft locked, and it's not fun.
What's that mean?
We couldn't figure out what to do next.
We found we found a section where the game crashed every time we tried to progress in a mission.
Oh yeah, on Saints Row. But then I bought it for you on Epic, the remastered version, and I bought it for myself, and then we started replaying through the story. And then remember, because it was like remastered, and the graphics were fucking insane.
Strangely good.
You're fucking insane.
Got him.
I've always liked the Lego games to the extent where, like, if you locked me in a room with no internet and gave me, 10 games to pick from, I think a few of them might be Lego games.
I love Lego games. I just
have a hard time committing to it because I can't make content on it. People don't care. The streams don't do well. And it's just time consuming. It takes me a while. And I don't like them that much. And so it's that awkward thing where they're just good enough. As a 2-player game. Honestly, we tried that and it sucked.
Yeah.
Like the 2-player mechanics for the Star Wars games that Jaffe and I tried were bad. It was pulling my screen all over the place.
Right, yeah. And then when we did that split screen, and that split screen was so fucking broken, like it would be half vertically and then horizontally and corner to corner because it just fucking, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, because it moves around to where you're moved around. Yeah.
In the old games, it would just like zoom your game out and make things easy. In the new game, it would let him walk wherever and then fuck up my camera trying to keep track of both. I'm like, this is really confusing. But
it is unpleasant.
I should whisper pieces. Oh, you guys are talking to each other. He's talking in all caps. Yeah. I don't know, Jaffe. I haven't had you invite me to play Call of Duty once. So
you've blatantly told me that you don't like Call of Duty, and I haven't been playing a lot of multiplayer because everyone is a lot better than me. So I've been playing a lot of zombies, and that's been keeping me occupied for a while.
I figured out why I don't commit to these Call of Duty games. When they release
a new one every year, and all the progress you make is gone.
Yeah, there's just no point to get good at a Call of Duty game that nobody's gonna care about in 12 months, and there's no point in that.
That's why I play 10-year-old games and have a fun time doing that.
Right.
Same.
Let's play Fable 3 together. That's what we should do.
That's my problem. Like, I really like FPS genre. I really like the idea of Call of Duty, but I don't want to be learning again every 12 months. I don't want a new set of weapons that I need to relearn. That's just not interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm really boring with that, where,
I feel like that's completely understandable to not want to play the same thing, new flavor every 12 months.
Oh, and it's, an $80 price tag, $160 for you every fucking month or every year.
And even the content creators, like, they'll fuck around, but not really. And
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not, I don't know. Should look at a Game Grumps, can make content less about the game and more about the conversations,
That's what we should do next podcast. We should just all be playing Don't Starve together.
And then Donna can cut it up and make it into a coherent story.
Like a what?
I said Donna can cut it up into a coherent story.
Why?
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
Because raw footage of us just playing is not a fun video.
No, I'm saying for the podcast, we'll be playing while we talk.
Yeah. It's distracting. I've seen people
You're distracting.
It would have to be a stream separate from the podcast for it to really work.
Fine.
Because games get distracting and then conversations get lost.
You get lost.
Like I remember when we would do those perimeter streams and we would just be mining.
That was
that was essentially a podcast, but we would still get off track playing Minecraft. Like something would happen and would start talking about the game, like fucking beast leaf me and put me in lava.
I wouldn't do that kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure there are clips of it on your YouTube channel of you doing that exact thing.
Does not sound like me.
That is 100% you.
I'll play Don't Starve. That sounds like fun.
Fine.
I still have the game.
Me and Chriselle are gonna stream Don't Starve together.
No, I didn't say not streaming.
Poo on you.
I just said we shouldn't call it a podcast.
You hear that, chat? Keep an eye out. Me and Chriselle are doing a special.
All right.
We're both gonna not starve.
That's a lie. I'm gonna starve like 20 times. We're gonna put the easiest settings on because I'm terrible at the game.
We'll have mods,
but it's fun to play.
God mode, and we'll play in creative mode.
Yes, absolutely.
Completely defeat the purpose of the game, but it'll be fun.
It'll be us hanging out and dying.
Yeah,
exactly.
Perfect.
I'm partner on Twitch now, so I don't have to worry about streaming that stuff. So, yeah, I don't care. I'd be interested. The thing is, and here's the trick.
Okay.
Organizing that stuff. It's like Barry and some other people have wanted to play Jackbox forever, and I'm like, cool. Set a time and get the people together. And then it never happens. And like, you gotta set a time and get people on board and communicate with them. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta pick a time and place, or else it's never gonna happen.
Communicate.
There was another person in there.
Yeah.
The whole time.
She didn't want to.
Yeah.
What?
She didn't want to say anything, but it's okay.
And that's
She's
the
as
critical
high in
part.
spirits, but
It's easy for Jeffy to go, why don't we ever? I'm like, well, you gotta hit me with a time and place. And he's right. Sometimes he'll bring up, oh, let's go do whatever. And I'm like, you picked the wrong time. It's the end of a long day. I'm not jumping out of bed for this. And then he gets mad at me, and then he stops asking because I always say no. I'm like, you gotta give me a little more of a heads up. Because
I don't have a fucking... I literally, I'll see you online, and if I'm like not previously do something, I'll fucking message you. I'll get in a call with you.
Sure.
And that's the notice I have. I didn't know I was planning on playing games with you.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Like, I don't know what your fucking sleep schedule is ever, man. So it's like, if you're online, it's like, oh, look, this is online. You know, happy kid clap. And
I've tried to get it back on track, but I can't stay down for more than 4 to 6 hours.
yeah.
Same. So tired.
Yeah, I didn't get much sleep either. I think I need to go take a nap pretty soon. So
that's 100% what I'm
like
doing
today.
in 3 minutes.
I set an alarm to wake up early, woke up 2 hours before the alarm. When I found out my appointment was rescheduled, I was unable to get back to sleep. So I'm just up now. And that's my day. Great. Super fun.
Super awesome. Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
I think that's 5 hours. Or 5. That's 5 o'clock. 2 hours. Call it a show. This is me being tired, even though I'm not sleepy, and I hate it. I feel like I've been off tilt for like 4 days now.
Have you tried Red Bull?
Have some Benadryl.
Have I tried what?
I'm aware of
Red
what
Bull.
caffeine is.
Red Bull.
Jeffy. It's just not real energy. It's
Well,
like
you know,
a
if you drink enough of it, it is.
What?
If you drink enough of Red Bull, it is real energy.
That's
not
smart energy.
Red Bull doesn't give me energy. Caffeine does not actually give me energy. I do have a caffeine dependency. That's
caffeine
true.
will wake me up, but I won't be thinking smarter. I won't be all
Caffeine
there.
will increase my heart rate, but it doesn't wake me up or keep me focused.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to drink caffeine anymore because of SVT.
Me too.
I know. We discussed that we both have it.
Yeah,
And fucking getting off Red Bull was fucking horrendous, man. Because I mean, as you guys know, I used to drink it religiously. Like I'd have 3 or 4, sometimes 5 cans a day.
Yeah, no, I drink a can every other day, maybe.
I drink no cans of anything, no energy drinks. I will have a coffee a day.
I don't even drink pop that has caffeine in it. Usually, occasionally I'll have like a Pepsi, but usually I just stick to like Kool-Aid or iced tea or ginger ale, you know, stuff like that.
Effective ADHD? Yeah. I think I have ADHD.
No, caffeine not affecting you is a ADHD thing.
Got it. Yeah. That would make sense.
I was having a conversation with, I think I even brought this up in a podcast before. I was having a conversation with a friend and they were talking about caffeine and ADHD and how caffeine doesn't affect some people or it even puts them to sleep. And I was like, oh, if I do that. And my husband, who is very quiet, very reserved, went, are you fucking kidding me? I've seen you drink an entire large coffee and then go take a nap. And I was like, oh. Okay. I guess.
It's a nap with heart palpitations.
No, I mean just a coffee.
Oh. I have that with pizza.
Energy drink's a whole nother ballpark.
Sometimes I'll pig out on like 4 slices of pizza, which fills me up, and then whatever snacks, and I'll be laying in bed and I can just feel the heart get working harder. Like this is like I can feel everything having a harder time now.
My wife wanted to tell you guys that she didn't want to be rude. She was just feeling under the weather and wanted to play Stardew Valley.
That's okay. We love your wife.
Taken. I was just surprised that she was there. I didn't see that door open.
No.
She was there the whole time. That's why that door didn't open. It was funny on Friday. I took Clark with me to get Starbucks, and he wanted a lemonade drink. It was this strawberry acai lemon. I don't know. My brother got it for him the other day, and he was like, "I like it." Anyways, so I went to order it, and the cashier, the barista, whatever you want to call him, was like, "Oh, that has a little bit of caffeine in it. Is that okay?" And I was like, "My child's severely ADHD. If anything, this is gonna calm his ass down, and he's gonna sit in class better."
Yeah.
Like my kid's gonna roll up to kindergarten with like a fucking frappuccino. He's gonna be like, "Sup?" And they're gonna be like, "Oh, is that?" Like they're gonna just think that it's like a normal like decaf drink that people get their kids, and then they're gonna like smell it and they're gonna be like, "That's straight up coffee. That's straight up coffee."
Funny. I was always surprised when kids would come to class with Starbucks or something, and I'm like, where do you get the time? How did you?
Because mom prioritizes it. All right.
Like some of these, it was mostly girls who did it. Would just get. We had a convenience store right across the street from our school, and that place is busy as fuck. Every morning, kids would get coffee and then just walk in. I can't do it. Every single day of high school was me waking up from my dad waking me up, barely getting on the bus in time, and getting off to school.
Well, see, that's why. It's because you went directly from your house to the school. So, like, I had to take a city bus, and in between my bus stop and my high school was a 7-Eleven, was a convenience store. So I'd stop at the convenience store and get my, like, coffee and a ho-ho and fucking walk into school, because it was just a stop on my way. I didn't have to backtrack. I didn't have to make any special trip. So if the convenience store was that close to your school, anyone who was like driving or walking could just
taking the bus meant that I was going straight to class, so I would have to go way out of my way for something that I'm not interested in anyway. Yeah, every day was brutal. That's how I feel the last few days, having to wake up early for stuff. It's like, god damn it. I haven't gotten a full night's rest in a while. I got 6 hours yesterday. It's the best I've done in 5 days, so I'm feeling all right about that.
All right, it's my nap time, guys.
I gotta talk about sleep, put everybody out. Jeff needs to get Uda here and go get some food.
Good night to all of you.
Gotta go get my food. I'm just gonna drive to the place probably because I'm fucking, not waiting.
I'd recommend not walking. Discord link.
It's kind of nice on my walk.
Okay.
Okay, I don't care. All right, goodbye, everybody. Whatever podcast, episode 66.